Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is Gems of War. And today we're going to be doing a Mythic tier list. Put in all the hard work to grab all of these mythics from the game. This is November 28th, 2021. So all the mythics up until that point, I think it was like 81, 82 mythics. So yeah, let's get started here with a tier list for all the mythics and gems of war as of November 28th, 2021. I got them pulled up on my screen on my game. I got them all of them right here. And we have S tier, the choir, A tier, sinners, B tier, good, C tier, decent, D tier, limited, F tier, dookie. So yeah, let's get into this. I'm probably going to go in alphabetical order so I can, look at my game here if I need to like reference the troop or whatever, since I don't have their spells and stuff on here. So yeah, let's get started with Amnesia. Amnesia explodes all gems of a chosen color, summons an infernal king. So it's like a mana generator. It doesn't have any good traits or anything, so I might move these around as I go. But just to start out here, let's put her up. Where should we put Amnesia? She's one of the worst, but I would say limited would be a D tier mythic for Amnesia. Just an explosion and a summon. That's not terrible. I might move her up to C, but for now let's put her down in D for limited. Don't use her very much. Yeah. Let's go with Amarok next. Amarok deals damage to an enemy. There's a 2% chance to devour them, boosted by red gems and burning enemies. If the enemy dies, create 9 red gems and it burns and stuns a random enemy when matching 4 or more gems. Reduce damage from skulls by 50%. So in my opinion, he seems a little bit better than Amnesia, but still not very useful. So I'm going to put him in the decent category. I know some people make teams for him, and he has a decent amount of stuff going for him, just not enough really to be awesome. Alright, now we have Aquaticus. Deal light splash damage to 3 random enemies, explode half the blue gems on the board. Submerge all allies and matching 4 or more gems. Reduce damage from spells by 25%. Alright, so let's find that troop. Where is it? It's right here. So Aquaticus. Aquaticus I think is better than Amarok, so I'm going to put it in the good category. Who is next? We have Arachnian Weaver. You've been able to get this in the soulforge for like the past month, whether it was for 2,000 diamonds or 4,000 here recently. But Arachnian Weaver is a really good troop. It webs all enemies, deals true damage to the last 2 enemies. If an enemy dies, explode 15 gems. It has Creeping Doom, 75% chance to summon a web spinner when an enemy dies, impervious and stealthy. So yeah, let's find this thing. Where is it? These aren't in any order here, so this might, it takes me a second to find them. I'm sorry about that. Um, Nobody had like a template of every single mythic. I think no one's done this in like a year, maybe 8 months or something. So I had to make my own template and everything. I didn't use anybody else's. It's my own. I'm going to put Arachnian Weaver in S tier for the choir, baby. Alright, who do we got next? We have Archproxy Yavendra. Convert all yellow gems to Uber Doom Skulls. Curse, Web, and Poison the strongest enemy. Doom of Arachnia. Conjure an Uber Doomstorm when an enemy dies, and reduce damage from spells by 25%. Archproxy Yavendra. For me, I don't know. I know she's really powerful, and, why can't I find her? I'm sorry. Archproxy Yavendra. Where are you at, girl? Where are you? Did I miss one? That'd be terrible if I missed one and I'm doing this already. Do you guys see it before me? Oh, there it is, way over there. I think I'm going to put her in S tier, but if I have like way too many in S tier, I might move her down to A, so let's put her like over here. Same with, what did I say? Amnesia maybe going up to decent or whatever, but Archproxy Avendra in S tier. Astral Mother, 24, yellow, green, purple. Remove all gems of a chosen color. Deal true damage, true scatter damage, boosted by gems removed. Pool of Stars, 40% chance to give Reflect to a random ally when my turn begins. It has Impervious. I've been using her recently in the World event. And she's doing really well. But other than that, I don't know. I like true damage. I like that it has an okay trait. Where are you at with your bow and arrow? Bow and arrow. If I don't do it this way, like going in alphabetical order, I'll be searching for them on the game instead of on here. But here she is. Let's see. Is it better than Aquaticus? It's better than Amarok. Aquaticus, Amarok, Aquaticus. I think I'm gonna put it in C tier for now. A good mythic. C for me is like it's worthy of being a mythic. It's not like worse than every single legendary or anything. Um, but you don't really use it very often, you know? Alright, what do we got next? Champion of Anu. He silences, stuns, and drains all mana from an enemy. Deal damage to them and all enemies below them. He has Blessing of Anu, which isn't anything crazy. Aegis. Reduce damage from skulls by 60%. I used to use him, so that's going to add a couple of points to him for me. Let's find him though. Somebody's gonna comment, man, you should have blah blah blah. But Champion of Anu, yeah, I'm gonna have a lot in C, I guess. He's useful, but I don't really use him anymore. I used to use him, I don't use him anymore. I guess he's going into C tier. You could use him on Blue Day for Blue Guild Wars. Champion of Guard. Remember, this is just my opinion, by the way. This isn't like the definitive meta. Gain armor. If there's 13 or more skulls, give double the armor, then create a mix of blue and red gems. Reduce damage from skulls by 60%. Reduce damage from spells by 50%. One of those defensive troops. I'm not super big on defensive troops. So where is he? Come on, dude. The more we do, like, the faster this will go, because we'll have less to look at here. Where are you at, dude? Champion of Guard. Champion of Guard. If you see it before me, I might have to give out some points, you know? There he is. For me, this guy is limited. I don't like D-tier mythics. I know some of you out there like the defensive mythics, but is he better than Astro Mother, Amarok, or Champion of Anu? I don't know. He's probably right on the border there. He's probably like a C minus, but I'm gonna put him in D since I already got 3 people up there in C. And how does this work once you get like too far? Does it add? I've never done a tier list. I'm not a big fan of tier lists, but I know you guys are, so doing what you guys would want me to do. All right, we got Dow next. Eliminate 15 from a random skill on an enemy. Destroy 8 gems of one of their mana colors, and repeat 2 more times for random enemies. 30% chance to summon a servant of Dow when matching 4 or more gems. Dow. Where should we put Dow? Maybe I should have done this on a live stream. That'd be cool. There he is. So Dow, come on, where are you going? What's going on here? Hopefully my computer didn't just freeze. Oh, I'd put him up there. That's probably where he goes anyway. Limited. I don't think he's that good. Dow. I've never used him. I think he's worse than Shabana Vespera, which is like the opposite of him. So yeah. Alright, now we have Death. Death mark all enemies. Deal scatter damage boosted by my life. And no good traits really except for Necromancy. Here he is. I'm sorry, but he's going in the Dookie pile. He was one of my worst 6 mythics, so I gotta put him in the Dookie pile. He's an Apocalypse troop. He doesn't add to your kingdom levels and power. He's a very old mythic. He's just not that great. Alright, next we have Doomclaw. Deal damage to an enemy boosted by enraged allies with separate 25% chances. Devour the next enemy above and below. Enrage a random ally in 4 or 5 gym matches. Doomclaw. Doomclaw, where are you, baby? Doomclaw. There he is. I think I'm going to put him in the Dookie pile for now. Not very good. Too weird here. Low damage. Boosted by enraged. I might move them up like 1 tier later. We'll make sure we go back over everything to make sure I got everything where I want it once we're done. And if I when I bring up a troop and then I say, is this better than that? And then it's not, and then maybe I have to move them around or whatever. Alright, next we have Draculus. Steal life from all enemies. Gain 8 life when I deal skull damage. Reduce damage from skulls by 25%. So Draculus. I know some people like Draculus. And I've seen some teams with him ever so occasionally. I don't think I'm going to put him in the Dookie pile. Where are you, bro? How does this keep happening? Where is Draculus? Draculus. Where the heck is he? Like I said, this will get easier and easier here. Maybe. Did I not bring Draculus? He's like a devil with horns. A devil with horns. A devil with horns. A devil. A devil. A devil. Oh my gosh, where's Draculus? Did I not put him in here? I know I had to have, man. There's no way. I did every single mythic. Are you kidding me? Well, I might have to pause this and go get him. So I don't see him here. Did I miss one? Let's look for like one more. There he is. Oh my gosh, I got bad eyes. All right, so I'm gonna put him up in geez, I don't know. I know people like him. I don't really have much use for him, but I know people like him. Is he better than Amnesia, Dow, and Champion of Guard there? I'm gonna put him in C, but he's like a C minus for me. So we'll put him in C for now, because I know there's some people out there that love him, and he does steal life from all enemies, which can add up. Like, that's a lot of life. And he does reduce damage from skulls by 25%. I don't know. That's one I'm really not sold on, but anyway. Ella Grimm. Deal damage to all enemies. Create 9 purple gems boosted by burning enemies. It has Impervious. You can go pretty loopy with this. You can loop, and it's a dragon, so it automatically gets a little bit of cool points. I'm going to put it in good. I think it's still a good dragon. I might move it down. It's like a B minus, so I don't know. Probably be at the end of that. I'll try to order them in their own tiers as well, if I have time. Enraged Kurandara. Enraged Kurandara. Deal damage to all enemies, boosted by Doom Skulls, and convert yellow gems to Doom Skulls. Conjure a Doom Storm. Curse of Damnation. 40% chance to curse all enemies when my turn begins. Invulnerable and Fire Link. So we have Enraged Kurandara. Enraged Kurandara, is this him? Yeah. I think Enraged Kurandara is our first A tier mythic. Pretty good. Anything that makes converts yellow gems to doom skulls is conjuring a doom storm. It does other damage. It has a curse. Like, it has a bunch of stuff going for it. So I'm gonna make it our first center there. All right. And this is I have every single mythic now. I have every single troop that free to play can get. So this isn't like me just doing a tier list when I don't have every single mythic. I do have every single mythic free to play. So just wanted to throw that out there. I'm not making a tier list without having every single troop. I have every single one of them. All right, now we have Urali, who with the Nexus coming in, there's no poison. There's no people invulnerable to poison in the Nexus now. I think Urali's going to make a comeback here. The Scorpius Urali team. But deal true damage to all enemies, boosted by Naga and undead allies. Summon a Bone Naga. Poison Gaze, poison all enemies on 4 or 5 gym matches, plus indigestible. So Urali, it's going up and down because we had the Urskaya situation where everything could be poisoned, and then they added a troop that couldn't be, so then it kind of fell back off. Like, it wasn't good, then it was good, then it wasn't good, then it was good. Like, keeps going back and forth. But we're talking about right now. And right now, Urali, which is right here, I think in my opinion is a B tier mythic. It just goes really good with Scorpius, and it's very useful to do difficulty 12 explore like very quickly. It's good right now. It could go back to bad. It jumps between like D tier and like, it jumps between like C tier and B tier, or D tier and B tier. Like, all right, next we have Fallen Valdez. Deal damage to all enemies, explode 3 Doom Skulls, boosted by divine enemies, silence divine enemies. Disease a random enemy matching purple gems. Nothing really too great. Fallen Valdez, probably going straight to the Dookie pile. There we go, right to the Dookie pile. No good. One of the worst in the game. All right, next we have Famine. Drain mana from all enemies. Deal damage to an enemy boosted by mana drained. No good traits, really. Where are you at, Famine? Like I said, this will get quicker, so if this is unbearable for you to watch me search for these mythics down here, it's going to get quicker and quicker. All right, so people thought I was mentioning Famine as a Dookie troop when I made my my worst mythics, my top 5 worst mythic, or top 3 worst mythic video. I'll link it at the end of this video if I can, the worst mythic video. But I wasn't. I was just mentioning the Apocalypse troops, and I said Famine was the best of the Apocalypse troops. So I think I'm going to put him up here in C tier. He's not as useful as he used to be, but if you get him super early in the game, he can be. He drains mana from all the enemies, which is very helpful, and it does damage, so I'd say it's a C tier mythic. Alright, just doesn't give you any kingdom level and power. It's an Apocalypse mythic. Alright, we have Flame of Anu. Deal damage to the first two enemies, boosted by burning and fairy fired enemies. Burn and fairy fire a random enemy and magic 4 or more gems. I know people out there that make teams for this thing. It's kind of cool. It's got cool troop art, but I think I'm going to put it down here. Ooh, I don't know. I might move it. Is it better than... for me, man, it's probably like a D+. I don't really like the Flame of Anu, but hey, if you have a team for it and you can change my mind, let me know in the comments. Anybody that disagrees, put it in the comments. Whatever you think. This is just my opinion, though. Alright, now we have Flaming Oni. Summon 3 random goblins, then explode green gems and gain an extra turn. Convert 2 red gems to burning gems when my turn begins. Flaming Oni. The newest mythic. No one will have this on their mythic tier list except for me right now. Unless they use mine, I guess. I'm going to put Flaming Oni in A tier. I think he's really good. He could be a S tier mythic, though, but I don't know how many I'm going to put up here. For now, he's like an A+. Pretty good mythic there. He has a summon, an explode, an extra turn, that red rage. He's really good. Guard's Avatar. Deal damage to all enemies boosted by armor, burn undead, and silence daemon enemies. Let's make sure my stuff was working. This would be terrible to do this whole thing without recording it. No good traits or anything, but he's very useful. He's like a Phoenicia or a Rowan. He does quick clear if you boost his armor. He's like a really bougie Rowan. So he is very useful. Is he the best in the game? Like, I don't know, but I think he's very useful. So, is he better than these two? I don't know, man. This is a hard decision. I'm going to put him in B for now, but he's like a B+. He's pretty good. He's one that you will get later in the game that you shouldn't get as one of your first 10 or anything, but later in the game he's very useful. All right, now we have Gargantuar. Deal damage to an enemy boosted by all allies and enemies killed. He might be the worst mythic in the game. I don't even want to spend too much time on him. He's going straight to the Dookie pile. Gargantuar, where you at, bro? Where you at, Gargantuar? You're going straight to that Dookie pile there. Okay, Hatir and Scroll. Convert all green gems to lycanthropy gems and all yellow gems to doom skulls. Summon a winter wolf or warg. Impervious. I mentioned it as one of the top 10 mythics of 2021. I also did that video, by the way. I'm sure some of you have seen it. But Hatir and Scroll, I would say, if they're one of the best top 10 mythics of 2021, then they gotta be Tier and Scroll. I would say is A. Say it's A. I'm being really stingy with that S, aren't I? And not so stingy with the C and the D and the F. Anyway, Hatir Ascendant is create 6 green gems, then convert all green gems to lycanthropy gems. Summon 1 to 3 winter wolves. So Hatir Ascendant. I hope I didn't grab the wrong troop there. They all kind of look the same, don't they? So I'm not sure, but this is Hatir Ascendant, I guess. They look so similar, these pictures. Like, look at that. You're just going to have to know that this is Hatir Ascendant. I think Hatir Ascendant is pretty bad. I'm going to put it down in D. It's not quite a Dookie pile, but I'd say it's D. It's probably the worst of those Hatir and Scroll and type of those troops. Alright, now we have High King Iron Gut. Deal damage to an enemy with a chance to devour them equal to my attack. Gain an extra turn. High King Iron Gut is definitely S tier, without a question. One of my favorite mythics, one of the best mythics in the game. It can really help you get through those delves. You boost up its strength, and then it has like a 100% chance to devour at some point after you get one devour. It's really, really good. It's definitely an S tier mythic. Alright, next we have Wang Long, who I thought was an April Fool's joke back when it came out, because it's Long Wang, you know? Deal damage to all enemies. Then there are individual 50% chances to gain 32 attack, gain an extra turn, and gain barrier, enchanted or blessed. Hmm. That's a lot of stuff going on. I don't know. He's not great, but I would say he's good. He's a good, solid mythic. He also has reduced damage from skulls by 70%. Alright, now we have Infernus. Infernus deals splash damage to 2 random enemies, explode 5 random gems. Conflagration, burn all enemies on 4 or 5 gem matches. Fiery Death, summon a firestorm when an enemy dies. So that's a lot of good stuff there. Infernus, I would say, is an A tier mythic. Told you this would go a little quicker as we go. Ironhawk. Create 12 Doom Skulls and explode 18 gems. It has artillery support. Deal 5 damage to all enemies when an ally casts a spell, and impervious. This is really good because it's use it to quick clear for vault keys with that artillery support, with Dust Devil, with Greed or Sister Superior. You need 2 of them for it to work, but I think it's an S tier mythic. Ishtara. Deal damage to all enemies. Create 9 yellow gems boosted by blessed allies. 50% chance to bless a random ally when my turn begins. Holy armor. 40% reduction. Skull damage. Ishtara. I just love that troop art. It's my badge if you're like a member for like a year or something. Ishtara is probably... Is it better than Infernus? Flaming Oni? Probably not. I'm going to put it here in the B tier. It's like maybe a B plus. I should probably go to like the front of this if we were to do that type of thing. Yeah, maybe we will later. All right, next we have Jotnar Storm Shield. Deal true damage to an enemy boosted by barriered allies and giant allies. Give a random ally a barrier in 4 or 5 gym matches. He's a giant. He does true damage. He's okay. Like I used to use him in Guild Wars. He's not the best, but he's okay. Is he better than Elma Grimguard's Avatar, Urali, Aquaticus, Huang Long? Nah. I'm gonna put him in C tier. He's like a C plus though. I might put him up here. Put Famine up here. Put, something like that. All right. Ketris the Bull. Deal splash damage to an enemy boosted by my attack, life, and armor. Has armored, raging bull, Ketris the Bull. Where should we put him? Man, he's probably like an A plus for me. Like a plus. I'm gonna put him in A plus. I'm gonna be stingy with that S tier up there, just so you know. Like that's what I don't like about tier lists. Like I'd rather do like a top 10 mythics so you know what order to craft them in and stuff. I know tier lists are fun and everything, but I think they're way easier to do. Not easier to do, just like you don't have to put them in any type of order really if you don't want to and whatnot. So I don't know. King Bloodwood. Deal heavy splash damage to an enemy boosted by entangled and bleeding enemies. Steal 10 life from all enemies. So it's like a better Draculus kind of. Bloody Bowels, entangle and inflict bleed on a random enemy when matching 4 or more gems. And Bark Skin. So it's got a lot going for it. I don't use it very often, but he is pretty good. There's just usually something better to be used. So I'm going to put him here in B tier for me. King Bloodwood. I don't think he's as good as like Infernus, Enraged Kurandara, Hatir and Scroll, Flame and Oni, and Ketris. But I think he goes in there with Ishtara, Elamagrim, those types. I think that's what's good about tier lists. You get to see like where I think they sit and what other mythics are comparable, I guess. Kurandara. Deal damage to an enemy boosted by Doom Skulls, then convert yellow gems to Doom Skulls. Conjure a Doom Storm. 50% chance to curse all enemies when matching 4 or more gems, and impervious. So Kurandara, he also looks exactly the same as Enraged Kurandara. So that's going to be weird. I don't know if did I put both of them on here? Uh-oh. Did I screw up? Did I? I keep worrying that I screwed up when I brought these in. Yeah, I don't really see another one there. We got Suna. Kurandara. You think I would have? Yeah, I don't see him. Do you guys see him? Dang. I did miss one, it looks like. Kurandara. So if I was going to put him on here, like I got Enraged Kurandara. We'll just, so Enraged Kurandara is an A. I wish I could like duplicate or something. But Kurandara would just be like under one. It'd be like in a B tier. So I guess I screwed up my tier list. I'm sorry. Enraged Kurandara and Kurandara. Maybe he'll pop up here towards the end. But yeah, Kurandara, I would definitely just put just under Enraged Kurandara. So it'd probably be a B tier mythic. Sorry about that. Dang, I missed one, y'all. Leonis Tower. I just got this yesterday because of the soulforge. How there's the cards in the soulforge. It was one of the last troops I needed to have every single troop in the game as a free to play. But it deals damage to the first two enemies and stun them. Gain barrier. Stun a random enemy when matching yellow gems, invulnerable, and stone skin. So that's 3 good traits. It gains barrier, it does damage, and stuns. Leonis Tower. Ooh, that sounds like it's okay. Ugh. Yeah, like I don't think it's better than those. I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna say B tier. Maybe. Maybe not. Man, it's like a C plus, B minus for me. It's like probably at the end of the B tier. I got way too many B tiers. Is he better than Jotnar, Famine, Astral Mother? I might put it down here. Let's put it at the front. So I'm not sure. It's a B or a C there, that tower. I haven't used it very much. I got it yesterday. Mambasira. Deal. Damage to 6 random enemies. Rising Venom. Spell Armor. Mambasira. It's like the definition of like an average mythic. So I'm going to put it here in the C for decent. Megavore. Eliminate all armor from an enemy. All enemies. Deal damage to an enemy. Submerge myself. Death below. 8% chance to kill the last enemy in 4 or 5 gem matches. And impervious. So Megavore. I think it's better than. I might have to go in here, man. It's good. It might be at the end of the A tier. I'm gonna throw it right there for now. Megavore. You can use it on difficulty 12 Explore with like Rowan and Shield of Urskaya if you want to make that go a little bit faster. Alright, next we have Mistralis. Deal splash damage to 1 to 4 random enemies, then jumble the board and gain an extra turn. Enchant all allies in 4 or 5 gem matches. Reduce damage from spells by 25%. Dang, dude. She's good, but is she better than like these guys here? I don't know. I'm gonna put her right there for now. We might move some up and down, but just for now. Mithrilion. Explode a 3/3 block, gain 59 armor, bury a random ally for every skull destroyed. Reflect 75% of skull damage, reduce damage from spells by 50%. Mithrilion. I think I'm higher on Mithrilion than a lot of other people. Is he better than like Megavore and Rage Kurandara and Furnace? Man, I'm put him at the end of this. I don't know why he went to the beginning of it, but I want him at the end there. Mithrilion. I think he's an A. He's like a top 20-ish, top 25. I don't know, guys. I might put him like right here in the B. Where'd he go? Oh. Maybe like right here. I'm struggling. It's hard to decide some of these. Mother of Darkness. Deal true damage to an enemy and the enemy below, boosted by purple gems. If enemy dies, create 12 purple gems. Otherwise, summon 2 Sisters of Shadows. Flick bleed to all enemies when matching 4 or more gems. Stealthy. It's on like the best team of 2021. I made that video too. Made a bunch of these videos if you want to check them out. I don't know if I'd put her in S tier though. It's just you got to have everything else that goes with her. She's just useful for PvP and that's it. I'm gonna throw her up here in A tier. Obsidious. Deal heavy splash damage to a random enemy. Destroy a 5/5 block. There's 50% chance to deal light splash damage to a random enemy. Stun all enemies on 4 or 5 gem matches. Stone skin. Reduce damage from skulls by 50%. Man, I'm going to have a bunch of freaking A tiers. I'm trying to... Like, this S tier is going to be exclusive. Like, tier 3 members, you know? Pan. Deal damage to 3 random enemies and knock them to the back. An impervious pan. Pan. You can 50% start pan, but, you know, I don't even think he's as good as Mambasira. I'm just going to throw him down here for now. He's like at the front of this. He's not terrible, but, you know, put him up like that. Yeah, that's where I'm going to put it. I got to put some pep in my step here. Pharaoh Nefertani. Deal damage to an enemy boosted by death-marked enemies. Curse and disease all enemies. Death-mark a random enemy when matching 4 or more gems. Immune to poison, disease, death-mark. It's useful. I think it's more useful than Pan. At least it has a curse on it. I'll put it at the end of C tier. Ferrous Ra. This one should be interesting. Transform all yellow gems to purple, deal damage to an enemy, boosted by souls, give 20 souls. It has Necromaster, gain 150% bonus souls from battle. Ferris Raw, for me, it keeps falling. I don't think it's an S tier anymore. Because of, Ironhawk and Vault Keys and Pity Keys and Nomapaloozas, like, it's easier to get souls these days. I think I'm going to put it at the front of B here, actually. So that's deciding something crazy for me right now. Is he better than, like, Megavore, though? I guess I'll put him in A tier. He's really bordering A minus B plus for me right now, though. Ferris Raw. I don't think you need him as bad as you used to. Especially with people saying like 2 Ferris Raw teams now, that's definitely not as good as it used to be. Waiting to get 2 Ferris Raws when you can just be doing Vault Event, Vault Keys, Ironhawks, Pity Keys, Nomapaloozas. Phoenicia! Deal damage to all enemies, boosted by red gems and burning enemies. If there's a firestorm, deal double damage. Pretty biased on this one. It's one of my favorite mythics. I use it every day. There she is. So she's definitely got to go in A tier. I don't know where, but my A tier is getting giant. Hopefully it lets me make it bigger. I've never made a tier list before. This is my first time ever. Plague. Eliminate 31 points of a random skill from all enemies. Poison and disease them. Impervious. Plague. Coolest troop art in the game, possibly. But it's definitely in the Dookie pile. Go check out my top 3 worst mythics in the game video. It didn't make the bottom 3, but it was in the honorable mentions. Okay, Queen Aurora. Give all other allies barrier and 33 life. Create 10 gems of a chosen color. Rainbow Link. Gain bonus mana from all gem matches. Way back in the day, I'm like my first ever top 10 mythic. It was in like the top 10. It was like number 10. But these days, Queen Aurora is probably like in C tier. It's decent. It's just decent. I think it fits that description well. Queen of Sin, deal true damage to the first 2 enemies, summon Wrath or Lust, then bless all Daemon allies. With no good traits. Queen of Sin. I don't really like her. I'm gonna put her in D. It does true damage, but like that's it. And then it summons, blesses all Daemon allies. I don't know. It's probably more like at the front of the D tier, like a D plus, but hey, sorry to all you Queen of Sin fans out there. Quelt Zama, deal scatter damage boosted by chosen gem color except yellow. Then create 10 yellow gems and remove all gems of a chosen color. 20% chance to resurrect myself with full mana when I die. Song of Light, summon a light storm at the start of battle. This is like a better version of Ella Grimm, really. So I'm going to throw it up in the good. Throw it up in the good. You can loop with it. It's decent. It's a divine Strix. It's not a dragon. It's okay. Sacred Treasure, gain 20 gold. This definitely goes down in the Dookie pile. I didn't include it on my top 5 worst mythic video, but yeah, if I had to include it, it would be in the Dookie pile. It doesn't do anything. Scorpius, just like your rally, it keeps going up and down, because, you know, the Nexus came in, and you can poison every troop there, so now it's good again for difficulty 12 Explore. Deal damage to the last 2 enemies. The damage is lethal on any poisoned enemy. And it's impervious. So Scorpius, you know, Scorpius would have been down lower, but recently got good again. So wherever your rally's right there. So we'll put him probably at the front of the B tier. He's really good right now. He keeps going up and down though. So you gotta he's going up. I'm not gonna throw him straight to the top, but he's going up. Shade of Zorn, deal damage to an enemy boosted by red allies and skulls. If the enemy dies, summon 2 Fists of Zorn. That's one of the worst in the game. I love to see these because they're easy. I can just throw them straight to the Dookie pile. There we go. Shabana Vespera. This one that's beloved by certain people. I never really liked it too much, but I know it's beloved by certain people. It's probably going to be like a Draculus for me. But give 17 to a random skill on an ally. Create 9 gems of their mana color, then repeat 2 more times for random allies. So you need to do it on like a pure color troop that you want to make sure you get that color. It's got Genie's Lamp, Shabana Vespera. Where are you? Shabana Vespera. There you are. So, you know, where'd I put Draculus there? C tier. I'll put her in B, just because I know some people out there love it. But it's one of those, like, add it to the end of the team. I don't know. Some people build teams around it. It's okay. Skady. Freeze and mana burn the first two enemies. Knock them to the last position. Summon Queen Mab. Create an ice storm at the start of every turn. So she used to be okay for like blue Guild Wars. She's kind of like what's his face? Where's he at? I don't know. This guy right here. Kind of like him, but I think I'm gonna put her in D tier. She's not very useful anymore. There's other ways to make blue storms, and I don't know. Mana burn isn't as good as it used to be. You can freeze other ways. You can just do everything she does every like different ways. All right, here comes another mistake probably. Skull Reborn. Dang. So, oh no, I do got Skull Reborn. How come I don't have two of the Kurandaras, but I have Scroll Reborn? I swear I picked every single mythic. Scroll Reborn. Create 5 yellow gems, then convert all yellow gems to Doom Skulls. It was definitely in my top 10 for 2021. So it's probably going to have to go up here. I don't think it's... Is it as good as this? Maybe at the end of A tier, beginning of B tier. Create 5 yellow gems, then convert all yellow gems to Doom Skulls. That's not a lot of yellow, though. I think I'm going to throw it in B tier, but at the front. At the front. I think a tier and scroll is a little bit better. Stonehammer. Here's another one that people love that I'm not as, it's a defensive troop. I'm not that fond of defensive troops. I think offense is king in Gems of War. But Stonehammer, stun and burn all enemies. Create a mix of 22 red and brown gems. Gain 38 life. Unbreakable. Reduce damage from skulls by 80%. Fortitude. All right, where am I going to put him? Where am I going to put Stonehammer? He is like a champion of guard for me. So he'd probably be down here in D tier. Maybe the end of C tier. At least yeah, I don't know. He's like a C minus for me. I don't like defensive troops. Not a big fan. Suna, here's another one. There's certain mythics certain people like, and I don't get it sometimes. But Suna, steal life from the 2 weakest enemies, then steal 8 magic from the 2 strongest enemies. Fairy fire a random enemy when matching red gems. Fireproof. Suna. Man, Suna. Suna's like a C for me. Maybe even a D. I don't like her that much. Steal life from the 2 weakest enemies and steal 8 magic from the 2 strongest enemies. It has no way to like loop back into itself. It has no extra turn. It doesn't have any good traits. I'm gonna go D+. Not a big fan. Sycorax. Okay, this is one where I'm biased. This is like one of my favorite mythics in the game, but I'll try to be like unbiased as I do this. But Sycorax, double a chosen color gem on the board, then create 3 more gems of that color. Give 34 life to all allies of that color. So it's really good in Guild Wars when your whole team is the same color. So brown, green, or blue Guild Wars day. You can put them in first slot, and then you just keep casting on whatever that color is. And you like build your life up to like 999. So I don't know what other people think. I'm not going to put him in S tier. I'm not going to be like that. But I'm going to throw him in A tier because he's one of my favorite mythics in the game. Alright, let's put this on the screen while I find the next one. Sycorax. Alright, we got the Archdeva. Choose an ally, give them 65 attack, life, and armor, and fill their mana. Can only be cast once. Barrier and bless a random ally when matching 4 or more gems. So it's one of those cast only once troops. But it also has that sanctuary that it's actually doing something after. So the Archdeva, once again, I'm not like a huge fan, but I know he's good. Is he better than Ferris Raw? Is he better than Sycorax, Megavore? Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to put him at like the end of A tier. The Dookie. Deal damage to an enemy. There's a percentage chance equal to my magic to destroy them. If they die, summon a Lemure. So I'm not a big fan of the Dookie, as you can tell by what I call it all the time, the Dookie. He's like a super average mythic, I would say. That's about as average as you can get. At least he has a chance to destroy. The Gray King. Destroy all gems of a chosen color. All enemies of that color take true damage and are mana drained, silenced, and frozen. The Gray King. The Gray King. Somebody out there's like, he better put this in S tier. Yeah, I think it's like a S minus. It's good. It's a S tier mythic. I didn't like it at first, and then I came around to it, and now I really love it. The Lord of Slaughter. Create 6 brown gems, then convert all brown gems to Doom Skulls and inflict 1 to 2 bleeds and 1 to 2 death marks on random enemies. 100% chance to ignore armor with skull damage. Summon a Doomstorm at the start of battle. You know what? Some people would probably put this in S tier. I think he's a really dangerous glass cannon, so I'm gonna put him in A plus. He's like an A plus for me. Probably surprised by that, huh? The Possessed King. Deal damage to all enemies boosted by both daemon allies and enemies. There are three separate 20% chances to transform a random enemy into a daemon. Unstable possession. Explode 2 random gems on 4 or 5 gem matches. He's like a... He's good. He's one of those, like... You know? He's like Vernalis. He's like Ulor. He's like Queen Aurora. They're useful, like when you have a team of 3 that you just can't think of a fourth for. I'm gonna throw him like right here in front of he's like a C plus for me, the Possessed King. Once again, I think he was one that almost made my top 10 way back in the day. But that was when there wasn't as many mythics in the game. The Scourge of Honor. Deal true damage to all enemies. Gain 2 mana back for each cursed or diseased enemy. Curse and disease a random enemy when matching 4 or more gems. Explode a green gem at the start of battle. You know, this is one I've come around on. I don't know if he's an A, but he's probably like a B plus. He's pretty good. You can do, if you have like 2 of him, and you can start him 50%, like Wild Folk or something, and Glaive of Many Goats or something, like, I could see you doing difficulty 12 Explore with him. The Wild Queen. Steal up to 40 attack from an enemy and give it to my first ally. Create a mix of 22 skulls and green gems. Summon a Bone Storm when an ally dies. The Wild Queen. That's one of my favorites too. I think I put it as my number 1 on my top 10 from like a year ago. Top 10 mythics. So I'm gonna put her in S tier. She steals their attack, then gives it to your first. Like, it's all perfect what she does. It's not like she steals attack and then gives it to herself and then she's way down on the team. No, she steals attack from an enemy, so you can pick whatever enemy you want, and then gives it to your first ally. That way you can use that attack, and then creates a mix of skulls and green gems. She's really good. The World Breaker. Explode 18 gems on the board. Deal damage to all enemies. World Breaker. He's a cool dragon. He's just not... Yeah, he's just a cool dragon. I would say he's decent. At least he explodes the board. He does something, but his mana cost is super high. He's probably like a C+. But I don't know if he's better than like Possessed King, though. Tien Yi. Deal heavy splash damage to an enemy and stun all affected enemies. Deal double damage if my attack is greater. Summon 1 to 3 Monkey Disciples. Heavy splash damage. Tien Yi. I don't know, man. He's a very average mythic in my opinion. Tina 9000. Deal 41 to 82 true damage to 3 random enemies. Gain 82 armor. Electrified plating. Add 50% of armor to skull damage. Reduce damage from spells by 50%. I've been destroyed by Tina before. It's true damage. Is a ton of defense and a ton of offense. I might have to throw it up in S tier, man. I don't know. I think my opinion changes on troops as the years go by. Is it better than Lord of Slaughter, though? That's a hard one there. That's very hard. Maybe I should move Lord of Slaughter up. Ketris is there. Flaming Oni, Phoenicia. I don't know, man. I just get destroyed by Tina all the time. It's just like my experience with it. It's very, very powerful. Ubastet. Deal damage to the 2 weakest enemies boosted by all ally and enemy attack. If one of the enemy dies, can kill the other. This used to be really good, but then it got nerfed. So it's now like a pretty average mythic. Is it better than Shibanu? Maybe I put it at the end of... I don't know. It's like the beginning of C. Sorry. It's useful sometimes. Here's Ulor, which I wasn't impressed with when it came into the game. Then other people said they like it, and then I tried to take another look at it, and I don't know. I still don't get it. I don't know. Eliminate 30 attack from the first 2 enemies, 30 magic from the last 2 enemies, and drain all mana from the 2 strongest enemies. It does a lot of stuff, but it's a lot of defensive stuff. And it doesn't keep it on your turn or anything. You know I'm not a big fan of defensive stuff. Just because somebody I respect likes it, I'm going to put it at the end of B tier, but it's not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea. It's defensive. Umanath. Deal damage to an enemy boosted by all their skills. If the enemy dies, create 10 attack and create 12 skulls. Or gain 10 attack and create 12 skulls. Umanath. Boosted by all their skills. If the enemy dies, and that's to die. You have to kill. Does low damage. Not a big fan. Umanath. I've called it the, like, dollar store Zul'Goth before, but I think that's giving it almost too much credit. I'm going to put it at the front of D tier. All the Umaneth fans come out of the closet and run down the street naked. Undyne. Deal damage to an enemy and the next enemy below, boosted by merfolk and submerged allies. Submerge blue allies, silence blue enemies. Submerge myself at the start of every turn. Undyne. It's limited. It's like for blue Guild Wars defense. Super limited. It's okay, though. It has its uses, I guess. Vashtagon, another one that limited, has its uses. Devour an ally, then summon a daemon. If the ally is devoured, deal true scatter damage boosted by my life. Curse of Madness, curse a random enemy when matching brown. Impervious. Vashtagon. I'm gonna go... Where'd it put it? How'd I lose it? Oh, I put it way up there? No, it's not an A. I'm gonna put it like C+. I mean, it probably shouldn't be in front of, like, these two. Somewhere in there. That's what I would say. It's useful. You can use it to curse. You can use it to clear out, like, early weird restrictions. It has a couple good traits. It's not terrible. Vernalis, same as your Ulor. Not a big fan. Give attack. Give 37 attack to the first two allies. Give 37 life to the weakest allies. And give 10 magic to the two strongest allies. Enchanted Vines, Entangled Fairy Fire, random enemy, and matching green gems. Gain bonus green. I just think you could do better. Like, I don't know. Vernalis. It's definitely not as good as Ulor. Or I don't know. It's a close one. So I'm going to put him at C+. Not a big fan. We're almost done here. Voice of Orpheus. Deal damage to an enemy boosted by ally mana. Cleanse all allies, then give all other allies 5 mana. You know, he cleanses all allies with matching yellow gems. He's impervious. He's not the worst in the world, and he's just a super duper old mythic. I swear he came in like a very, very long time ago. I'm gonna put him in D. Not a huge fan. He's just old. He needs a boost. He needs help. There's other ways to cleanse now. War. Burn all enemies. Deal damage to an enemy boosted by my attack. Gain an extra turn if the enemy dies. 50% chance to ignore armor or skull damage. Reflect 25% of skull damage. He's going to the Dookie pile. I'm sorry. He can go to the front of the Dookie pile. He's an F+. But he's just old, man. He's old. We'll throw Plague up here. We'll kind of sort the Dookie pile. Apocalypse troops are so cool looking. They gotta go to the front of the Dookie pile. Will of Nisha. Steal 3 magic from all enemies, then deal damage to them. That's like a mythic that all purple allies gain 1 to all stats at the start of each turn, 50% spell block. I know legendaries that do that, so D tier. I don't care what you say. There's a legendary in the underworld that does that better. So you gotta think like that. Is it worthy of being a mythic? Wolf Garrick. Deal damage to an enemy, boosted by Wargear allies. If the enemy dies, devour a random enemy. There's not that many good Wargears. To set this up, it's even harder than Ubistet. It has Impervious. Why are you going up so high, Sinny? Where is Ubistet? He's in C, so I'm going to put Wolf Garrick in D. He's almost a Dookie pile. He's like really close. He's D-. Zatheno, Steal. 47 life and half the magic from an enemy. If the enemy dies, summon 1 to 3 random undead. Zathenos. Yuck. I'll put him in D. I don't like him. All that work to get that troop that just does that. Yasmin's Chosen. Deal scatter damage. Boost by entangled enemies. Create 10 green gems. Entangle a random enemy when matching green. You can loop with it. It's really useful. Is it better than everything in the C's? I don't know. I like her better. I'll put her at the Ulor. She's comparable to like Elamagrim, Ulor, Yasmin's. That's how this is going here. You can see what troops are similar in strength. Zillapachli, deal damage to an enemy, boosted by purple gems. If there is a storm, deal double damage. If the enemy dies, create 12 skulls. It's like another Umanath. So where'd I put Umanath? Right here? Yeah, I'm not a big fan. Alright, only 3 more to go, y'all. We got Zul'Goth. Kill an enemy, burn and freeze all remaining enemies, create 12 skulls. One of the best in the game. It's definitely S tier. So it's going straight up here to S tier. It's probably one of the best in the game. Zul'Goth. Definitely one of the biggest accomplishments in the game. It feels like the best thing. Like when I got Dawnbringer, it felt a type of way. When I got all the mythics in the game, it felt a type of way. When I got 3 Nisha medals, it felt a type of way. When I did a level 500 pure faction, it felt a type of way. But when you get Zul'Goth, that's the best feeling in the game, I feel like. Who's this last guy? That's it. So we got Fountain of Stars. How did I miss Fountain of Stars? Is that not a mythic? Oh, I don't have them. Alright, so I do not have a couple, but these are pay to win, so that's why I don't have them. And I think this dragon down here isn't even in the game yet, right? So I'm just going to do Fountain. I can't even do these two, so if there was like a row for like, I can't do them because I don't have them, these two would be in it. So, you know, those are pay to win troops. I don't have them. But yeah, here is my Mythic tier list. Hopefully that wasn't too long. I mean, the beauty of tier lists is you don't have to put them in any order, but just to reiterate here, we have S tier is Zul'Goth, Arachnian Weaver, Archproxy Avendra, High King Irongut, Ironhawk, the Grey King, the Wild Queen, and Tina 9000, which was very, you know, that's definitely at the end, but S minus. A tier, Lord of Slaughter, Obsidious, Mother of Darkness, Phoenicia, Mistralis, Ketris, Flaming Oni, Hatiran Scroll, Infernus, Enraged Kurandara, Ferris Rob, but he's like, I'm gonna put him at like the end. Sycorax, Megavore. Alright, B. Good mythics, but you know, get all these first, right? Good mythics are Scourge of Honor. That's like Scroll Reborn, I think. Or whatever the one that does the Doom Skulls, not the one that does Lycanthropy. Scourge of Honor, that, Scorpius, Mithrilion, Ishtara, Huang Long, Aquaticus, Urali, Guard's Avatar, King Bloodwood, Qualtzama, right? Shabana Vespera, Elma Grimm, Ulor, and Yasmin's Chosen. That'd be my B tier. You think anybody else? I know another person could, but do you think you could name all these mythics just by looking at their picture, like know their names? It's kind of fun to try. We tried that on an arena live stream, like last arena. Anyway, Vernalis is C tier. This is decent. Like, these are just mythics. Like, they're average mythics, super average. These are like above average good, actually useful. These are just super average. These are just the most average mythics there are. We got Vernalis, Ubastet, Possessed King, Vashtagon, the World Breaker, Queen Aurora, Leonis Tower, Jotnar Storm Shield, Famine, Astral Mother, Amarok, Champion of Anus, Mambasira, Draculus, Pharaoh Nefertani, King, oh, what's his name? No. King Bloodhammer. No. Jotnar, what's his freaking name, y'all? I'm failing right now. King Bloodhammer? That's not his name. Anyway. See, I never use that guy. The Archdookie, T&E. And my game wants to be stupid right now. I need to know his stupid name now. How did I not know his name? I'm terrible. See? So I missed one. I'm going to go ahead and say I forgot his name. Stonehammer. Jeez, I knew that. Stonehammer, the Archdookie, T&E. Zillapachli, these are limited. Like, they might have one use, but otherwise they're pretty bad, and you're not going to use them very often. I would not craft these. I would not craft these. Like, you start crafting, like, B and up, but do them from S down. Alright, Zillapachli, Zathenos, Umanath, Voice of Orpheus, Suna, Skady, Queen of Sin, Pan. I got nervous as soon as I said that. Like, I can name all of the mythics, so I freaking missed one because I got nervous. Undyne, Champion of Guard, Amnesia, Flame of Anu, Dao, This is like the crappy scroll. Will of Nisha and Wolf Garrick. And then the Dookie pile. We have War, Plague, Death, Fallen Valdis, Doomclaw, Gargantuar, Sacred Treasure, and Shade of Zorn. So, what do you want to give me? It was like 80 mythics, and the only one I couldn't think of was freaking Stonehammer. He's got a freaking Stonehammer. I should have. So I got like a 79 out of 80. How would you do? Go through all the mythics. Don't have your game on. See if you can name all their names without looking at the game. I only had to look for one, and it was a brain fart because I got nervous. Like, I swear I can do all of them. But anyway, that's it for today. Sorry it was super long, but hey, that's what tier lists are. They're super long and whatnot. But yeah, I would say Zul'Goth, Arachnid Weaver, Archproxy, Avendra, High King Irongut, Ironhawk, the Grey King, the Wild Queen. Those are definitely the most useful mythics in the game. Tina 9000's really on the borderline for me. You could mix and match and switch with Lord of Slaughter and Tina. They could go back and forth for sure. Like, I could easily put him up here. I could easily put him down here. And that would, that might be it right there. Like, that could be it. That could be the real deal right there. Something like that. But I'm going to leave it the way I had it. Throw this back down here. I like my first thought. It's usually right. But anyway, please like, share, subscribe. Consider joining. It helps a lot. Tell your guild about the channel. Comment below. And I will see y'all next time. Peace.